A while ago, I saw a video of some lady, and then she was talking about forgiveness and forgetting what people have done to you. You know, she said it is not important to forgive, and it's not important to even forget, but it is important to move on. So let's talk about that. Hello, guys. Welcome to today's episode. My name is Mimi, and this is a dash of colors. This is a self help channel for everybody who is on the journey of self love and care. If you're a consistent listener, welcome back, my G's. And if this is your first time listening, thank you so much for dropping by. Do not forget to subscribe so that you would be the first person to know when I upload a new episode. So let's talk about forgiving. I've had people hurt me in the past. I know if you've been listening to my episodes, you've had me talk about them. I had people defraud me. I had people make fun of my body. I had people say all manner of things to me. And at some time, I felt like they had wronged me. And it was my responsibility to hold them accountable. And the only way that I could hold them accountable was to hate them for doing that to me. And in the process, I had told myself that I would never forgive someone who had made me feel like this about my body, about my life. And I held on to it. This kind of people were beyond romantic relationships. They churned out and spilled over into even business, even the people that I had shared rooms with. So it was crazy, and it was a very bad place for me to be in. Today, I listened to some person's podcast, and then she mentioned that it's not really important to forgive. She said, don't forgive people, don't forget what they've done to you. Just move on, just wake up and then just carry on, pretend like it never happened. But is that really possible? Do you wake up one day and then move on from the fact that growing up, everyone body shamed you about being skinny, about being busty, about being too tall, about a yellow tit? Do you just wake up one day and forget that someone did hurt you, even when you've done or you did so much to be in their lives? Do you just wake up and move on from the fact that you got defrauded and you got turned, or you got pushed into terms of debt? And it's not like that was what you wanted. It was something that you trusted someone else with, and the person just messed it all up. Do you just move on from that? And then I realized that what forgiveness does is not to be beneficial to the person who has done you wrong. Forgiveness is a conscious reminder that you are the bigger person, and it is impossible to move on from a hurt if you've not forgiven. Like, how do you move on from hating on the fact that people hated you if you don't wake up one day and remind yourself that, hey, these guys did this out of ignorance and I forgive them, and I'm choosing to pick myself up from here. So the point is, forgiveness cannot coexist outside moving on. Or let me say this other way, moving on cannot coexist outside forgiveness. In fact, the proper stages of healing is that you acknowledge that these people had done this to you, and then you were letting go of how it made you feel. And that's what forgiveness is. So I am not of the opinion that you can just wake up one day and forget that someone had hurt you, or forget that something that really hurt so bad. I am not of that opinion. I believe that when someone does something wrong to you, you would process it. And sometimes it's going to take years for you to get over it. And moving on eventually comes when you recognize that this person had actually wronged you, but you are also holding on to this, and it is holding you back. So forgiveness is just as important as moving on. And we're not asking you to forgive because we want the person who had offended you to have a better life or to feel better. No. We're forgiven because it is what is important for our own mental state. So it doesn't matter if this person walks down the road and gets hit by a car and dies, or it doesn't matter if this person travels abroad and lives happily ever after. It matters not to you, however this person's life turns out. What matters is that you've let them leave your heart, you've let them go from all the grudges that you have towards them. So I believe that bitterness holds us back. I believe that holding on to grudges hurts even more. I know that there are people that I have probably hurt in my past, and I hope that they learn to forgive me as well. And there are also a host of others that have done wrong to me. And the only way that I can put myself in a mental state where I can truly focus on myself is when I let go of that hurt, by letting whatever thing that they have done that I am holding so dear to my heart go. And this can only happen when I truly forgive this person. But what about forgetting? Do we forget? Well, once bitten, twice shy. So no, I don't forget. I never forget, because it is a conscious reminder of the things that I don't want anymore. A conscious reminder of the kind of life that I don't want to have for myself anymore. So I am not going to forget that you hurt me, but I am going to forget that it used to hurt me, right? But that doesn't change the fact that I know the event. That doesn't change the fact that I know what you had done. I'm just not going to let it make me feel a particular way anymore. I'm not going to give you that power where it can change my emotions and can change my feelings. So that is exactly what forgiveness is. So I am not a proponent of forgive and forget. No, forgive and remember so you don't get hurt again. It's that simple. So healing, moving on, comes when you've truly let go of something that you're holding on to from your heart first. So moving on cannot coexist outside forgiveness. So it's important that before you can even conceive the thoughts of moving on from a heartbreak, from loss, from anything, is that you forgive the situation. And yeah, that's usually the first step. So I hope that if you're someone who has been hurt by somebody, or you're finding it very difficult to let go of something that someone has done to you, that you realize that it is even more important for you to forgive than it is to the other person. Because yeah, people believe karma exists. I'm not sure. I can't say. But I have seen people hurt me doing way better in life. So I don't know what to say about that. But I know that forgiveness gives me peace and it makes me whole. So I suggest that you forgive as well. So thank you for listening. Sorry for my voice. I have been under the weather for some days now, but I had to record this because yeah, it's very important that I start putting out episodes consistently like I used to. So yeah, thank you so much for listening. And if you haven't subscribed to the podcast, I understand that some people really do not enjoy podcasts that much, but I really need the subscription. So please subscribe. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you will be notified of every new episode that I churn out. Thank you for listening. My name is Mimi. See you next time.